Howdy, Desert Boy here. Hey, I just wanted to share with you a new edition that I picked up here a little while back. Um, kind of not the usual thing. Begins with a W, so is it a Winchester? No. Is it something to do with Wesson? No. Has to do with that other company with a W. It's a Walther. So let's see what kind of Walther that Desert Boy took an interest in. And I think you'll find it kind of interesting. It's probably either one of the most interesting range items that you'd have for use, maybe for training or something, or maybe a very utilitarian kind of thing to carry in the woods or the wilderness. Like think about wilderness, because desert sometimes we don't really have a lot of woods out here, you know. So we'll see what it is. So stay tuned. So let's take a look and see what's inside of this Walther case here. And has a very nice case here. I'm going to open it up. It kind of slides to each side, which is kind of different. And we'll kind of open it up here. And first of all, as you can see, whoops, a couple things falling out there. This is a kind of a larger size handgun. This is not a small handgun, okay? And just to show you that, you know, there's nothing in this magazine, there's nothing in this magazine, and we will show you that this pistol is empty. There's no rounds in it. We'll lock it back here for a second. This is what's known as the Walther WMP, or Walther Magnum pistol. And as you can see, it's a pretty large dimensions to it. It's basically hammer fired, though it's kind of hard to tell that about it. It does have this kind of internal safety inside of this trigger as part of the mechanism, which kind of gives you the impression almost that it could be a striker fired weapon, but it does have a hammer. If I was to lower this, you would see in the back there's actually a hammer back there. As you can see right now also, you can kind of see the sights. There's kind of these serrated, blacked out sights with the red fiber on the front. The sights are not adjustable other than drift, but the height, they do have two sets of sights, kind of a taller and a lower one. This is not compensated. It's just, you know, it just happens to have these cuts here in the slide. It does have some very nice slide serrations, and it is fairly easy to lock back. And as you can see, it has slide locks on both sides. It has magazine release on both sides, but not just those. So you can see there's a magazine release here, you know, where you can press it and it releases. But it also has the more, I think of as European style, where it has the trigger guard type releases. I think H and K's and some of those have them, but it actually works very well with those. And I would probably be inclined to try those. I haven't had it to the range yet, obviously. But just take a look at that up close. This is kind of how it looks. Nice looking, right? We'll pull the mag back out for the moment. Normally I wouldn't, I don't normally dry fire 22s very much, but in this case there's really not too many other ways than to, we have it in a safe direction. We went ahead and pulled the trigger and you heard the hammer go down. But once again, nice looking gun. So let's talk about some of the dimensions. Put the mag back in there, empty mag. So the dimensions are on the overall length. It's pretty robust. It's 8.2 inches for the slide and the overall length. It's 1.48 inches wide. So it's got a nice grip. As you can see, nice grip texture to it, right? All the way around. Some people may or may not like that. Got a very large trigger guard, so you could probably get gloved fingers in there if you'd like to. As you can see, the slide serrations pretty large. It's actually six inches high, and it's got a 4.5-inch barrel. So that's going to probably give it a little more velocity than some Magnum pistols that you would have. As I said, the front's fiber optic with those rear kind of blackout serrated type sights. It's 27.8 ounces that it being loaded. It's a 15-round magazine, although you can get 10-rounders for it, I've noticed on the website. It has 2 magazines with it, and it's optics ready. Now this is one thing that's really nice about it. It has 2 optic plates with it, and it does have a little toolkit that comes along with the optic plates, and it also has the manual that everybody must read when you have a new gun, including myself, and it has a lock that they throw in there to make sure you have one. So there's quite a bit of information in there. It also talks about which type of optics you can mount. The optics that I see listed within the manual are Triticon RMR, a Doctor Optic, and a Vortex Venom, and a Shield. Those are the ones that I see listed. I have to do more research on those, but which ones will actually fit. Probably talk to my local gun store to get some help on that, because I don't have currently any handgun type optics. So price point, well, trigger pull, they claim from the factory it's around 4.5 pounds. I don't have a Lyman trigger gauge. Hopefully I'll get one eventually and we can try stuff like that. But as you can see, nice size probably for carrying in the woods. It's going to have some robustness to the firing of it. It's probably going to be loud because it's a Magnum round, as my understanding is made for rifles. So I plan to take it to the range tomorrow. One of the things that's very interesting about this gun is you can see it does have kind of a large slide. Well, the frame is polymer, but of course the slide is aluminum, just in case you're wondering. And it is a Winchester. It's a WMR. It's a 22 Magnum pistol. So one of the things about it is they do have a list on the Walther website about what ammunition that's good to go. Pretty much in general, and you'd have to go and look at it for specifics, it says most 40 grain jacketed hollow points and FMJs from 1875 to 2200 feet per second. And it lists them. It's got various CCI, Federal, Hornady, Norma, Remington, Fiocchi brand. But it also has ammunition it's not recommended. And generally, as you get down into the 30 and 33 grain and so forth in those, those are not recommended. I guess maybe because it just doesn't have quite the push, maybe to make it work reliably. And so it's kind of nice that they provide that. So I'm going to set this down a minute, give you a little close-up of the magazine. It does have the type of mechanism on there to help you load it, just like mini 22s, right? It's got kind of an easy kind of thing. It does rack fairly easily. I think you might be able to see that. You know, it's not too bad to rack it back. And it does have a takedown lever over here. I'm not going to go into all that today. I just want to kind of give you an introduction to it. So price point is probably in the 500 to 550 range. Now that's pretty pricey for a 22, even a 22 Magnum. But I know Smith & Wesson, I was looking at one of their J-frames that they have, and it's right around the $700 price range for a Winchester Magnum. So other than, I think, Ruger, or there might be some other ones, I don't know, I haven't looked to see if Taurus or say Charter Arms or some of those, you know, might have a less expensive 22 Magnum handgun. But for the most part, they seem to be a little pricey. So anyway, we'll take it to the range tomorrow. We'll see how it does. I'm kind of interested in it. I think I got it because I'll have to order almost a custom holster for it, because it's going to really need one that works well to fit it. This is not going to be an EDC gun, obviously, unless you probably had it in a shoulder holster or a cross draw. Might be able to wear it inside the waistband. Don't think it would be that comfortable, being as wide as it is. But just wanted to share that with you, and we'll see how that works out. And also, it's kind of my first optics ready kind of handgun that I've got. So I do have another one that I'm working on, but we'll have to see if I get to that bridge. When I cross that bridge, we'll look at that one. But it looks like it's an optics ready type of handgun as well. So, you know, as Ree Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you're having a great new year. Bye now.